Oh, we live? Oh, my bad. Dang. I didn't even know we was live. What's happening then? Yeah. Another day. Cheers to another day, another beautiful Tuesday. Put your cups up, whatever you drinking. Water, tea, alcohol, whatever. Kool-Aid. Who still drink Kool-Aid nowadays? I don't know. Not your boy though. Hey man, we finna have another good day. We finna have another great day. Um, I I didn't even know we was live, so I was just sitting here like bobbing my head, and then I looked and I said, "Oh, we live. Maybe I need to I need to start talking." So I told everybody put their cups up. You know, whether you drinking water, tea, alcohol, you know, whatever,
Hey.
get your swig on. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Yes, yes, yes. And get ready for the versus battle tonight. If you from New York, New York. I'm not, but you know.
I mean, I pay it. I mean, I probably tune in. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. That's not happening. But I may tune
Right.
in. Like I say, man, I'm ready for another area of the map to
Hey
get some
Jade.
love in this verses because we seem to stay in New York, so I need to hit up Timberland and get on his line. I could understand why Swiss, staying in New York because hey,
Right.
that's his city. But Timberland, I need you to speak up, bro, and say, all right, it's time for some other people to get in here because yeah, the South got something to say.
Who you want to see next?
I just said it. The South got something to say.
Who?
Oh man, that's the famous Andre 3000 line. The South got something to say. I want to see
But
Outkast versus
they
somebody.
who gonna be Outcast?
I don't I don't know,
No,
but I
that's
want to see Outkast.
Outcast
Um,
is kind of like how they did. You got to do Outcast like they did D'Angelo, where they just let
that's
him
fine.
celebrate his music. Because Outcast against anybody to me would be disrespectful.
Outkast,
They
they
on
could
route. They
do,
on Mountain Rushmore alone, just them.
well, I mean, you could do Outkast versus NWA. They can take on the
Mm-mm.
NWA. Yeah, that might
Womp
be a
womp
good one.
womp.
No, I mean, I don't know. I want to see Outkast, so I just want to
I don't
see.
think you would be able to get Andre 3000 to do it though.
It's a versus. I think he'll do a versus. You can't get him to make a whole album. That's the issue. He'll make a
I just don't
song.
think he. I
He'll
don't
make
think
a
he would
he'll
do
drop
it.
a verse. But I think he would. I think he would do a versus. But like you said, I think them versus 3 6. It will be interesting to
That'd
see.
be interesting.
Yeah. You know what I'm
Yeah, we
saying?
definitely need to get out of New York. I think Jada Kiss lit it up, and we should have left that alone for a minute. Let
Right. We should
that
have let
ride
it let
out.
it let it sizzle in your
Yeah,
spirits.
because
Cause
I
that
mean,
was
I
crazy.
don't even know how you go back to New York and expect Ja Rule and Fat Joe to kind of even compete with that. So we'll see tonight, I guess.
Hey, I guess. What time it start?
9 o'clock.
Okay.
How
I'll
y'all
I'll
doing out
see
there,
what you're
battle
doing.
buddies? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
You know what I'm
It's been a
saying?
long week and it's only Tuesday.
How your week been going so far?
Whew. Um, they getting their money's worth out of me at work. You know I don't go to work to work.
Oh man.
But well, they definitely getting their money's worth. And yeah, I'm exercising my project management skills this week.
That's what's up. That's what you want to do, right?
Yeah, I guess. I always tell myself, man, they don't pay me enough to do this job. And I'm like, yes, they do. Shit, I just don't want to do it.
See? You getting that money. You getting that
But it's
money.
been it's been all right. Going to Atlanta this weekend.
Okay,
Uh,
what's in Atlanta?
well, actually going for a funeral.
Oh,
I know you're not gonna like this, but my ex-husband's uncle passed away, so I'm going to support his wife. Very close with her, so gonna go support her and celebrate his life.
Uh, okay.
Yeah. So
I mean, hey, do you? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to say about that.
that's like my
It,
family. So
you know, if they like it, I love it. So,
we
you know,
very close to them. So
okay,
I let
yeah,
it go
all that
drive down.
support. I
Hmm.
ain't mad at it. You know, do you? Do
And
you?
I'll tell you after the show something else. But yeah.
Okay.
What you got? How was your week?
Hey man, it's I'm kind of with you. It's been a long week. Um, I'm ready to relax a little bit. So yeah, it's been a long week, and a lot of meetings, trainings going on right now for work, and
Hmm.
I'm kind of over it right now. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of over it. That's the nicest way to say it, right? You know, when it comes
Okay.
to the job spot. But other than
Okay.
that, man, I'm just chilling, man. Chilling, meditating,
Hmm. Well, let me
living my
talk to my
best life.
live real fast, y'all. We are live on the Battle Buddies Facebook page and the Battle Buddies YouTube page, live right now. You cannot hear what we're talking about. You can hear me, but you can't talk. You can't hear Adrian. I just want to let y'all know that we're live. Go on over to those pages. I put the link for the Battle Buddies Facebook page in the comments. It's pinned in the comments, pinned in the description. So you can click right on it, go over, catch the live, join the conversation. We want to hear what you got to say. We want to hear your opinions. So come on over. Um, so we're gonna go ahead and start with a hot topic. I don't know why Adrian want to talk about this today because you know it's a touchy subject for everybody. It has completely divided the country.
You know, I
Are
got my
you?
airplane headset on. I just had to do it one time for you.
Oh
One
God,
time
you
for
on
the
this
one
truck
time.
driver headset. So we definitely want y'all to come in and join this conversation. Give us y'all opinion on the first topic, which has been a hot topic for a minute now. Are you pro or anti-vaccine and why?
Mm, mm,
I'm gonna sip my drink.
mm. You know, let it hit your soul for a second. You know, drink that, drink that, drink that, drink that. What I think about it. So I had to let it sizzle in your spirit for a second. So
Mm-hmm.
personally, I'm neither. You know what I'm saying? I'm neither. I'm not for it. I'm not against it. You know what I'm saying? I'm pro-choice though. You know, so if you want to do it, get it. If you don't, don't. You know what I'm saying? Um, I feel like there's a lot of conspiracy theories out here. I'm not with it on both sides, right? Like I feel like there's conspiracies when you take it and if you don't. You know what I'm saying? One thing I know is the vaccine is the virus, right? When you take vaccines like that, it's a little bit of the virus in them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, let it hit your soul. You know what I'm saying? You got
I'm at your
COVID.
soul.
Yeah. You took the vaccine, you got COVID right now. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just saying. Just but
I
I mean,
am. Oh, you okay? I'm sorry.
I'm done. It is what it is. It's whatever. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You either going first off, you either gonna kick it or you not. It's that simple. Your body can fight it or you can't.
Mm-hmm.
My whole issue, and I
Yep.
done told you this, and we talked about this multiple and multiple times. Everybody that's pushing this vaccine, you better be pushing a healthy lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna let that sizzle a little bit too.
The audacity of you to say healthy lifestyle.
Hmm.
Um,
That's-
I don't give a shit what nobody do. I am against all vaccines, regardless if I've ever had to take one or not. It was against my will, and I didn't want to do it. I fought every chance I got in the military and tried to come up with every excuse that I could not to get anything. I got out of the flu vaccine a lot of times. I don't know how I did it, but a lot of times I got out of it. I got out of the smallpox vaccine. Told them I had eczema when I was a kid. I was exempt for life. Never got that. They got my ass with that anthrax shot, and that's what really turned my stomach about any type of anything that the military give you because they almost killed me with that shit.
mm,
Um, I am a huge, you already know I'm a huge advocate for just being healthy and letting your body do what it naturally does. If you have been living for 15, 20 years feeding it junk every day, of course your immune system's not strong enough to fight a virus. It just ain't. Your body's fighting you at this point because you're not even helping it. Um,
Right.
so a lot of people who are pushing for the vaccine are very unhealthy people because what they keep saying, underlying conditions, all this other stuff, that these fear mongering tactics that they use, because your body just can't fight a virus. It has nothing to do with anything else other than you're probably fat, out of shape, and unhealthy. I mean, that's really the bottom
Right.
line of it. I mean, it's because there's so many things that you can naturally do to just boost your immune system and fight certain things. And my take on, because I keep hearing this argument about the vaccine, like people who aren't taking it being selfish and not thinking about everybody else around you. And my answer to that is taking a vaccine to help somebody else is like me taking cough medicine to help you not get your cold. It makes zero sense. It doesn't make sense. It's stupid. Like, um, you can still get it. It doesn't prevent anything. They say you have less symptoms, but a virus is a virus is a virus. I don't care what vaccines you get. I don't care how healthy you eat. Your body is going to react to a virus the way it's going to react to it. It's either going to fight it or
Me
it's not.
me getting not getting the vaccine does not affect you in your life any type of way.
No.
Um,
But that's not what the narrative they're pushing. For some reason, I'm trying to figure out how they're correlating the two because maybe I don't understand it because I don't get it.
it's I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just the narrative, like you said, has been pushed. But what I do know is those companies' stock has gone up ridiculously. Um, I
Oh,
can
yeah.
tell you that.
Hmm. Always follow the money.
Moderna and Pfizer, yeah, they're all going up, right? And
Yep.
so when you really sit back and you think about it, it's like I'm getting this because of what? You know, the reasons that they give you, it's like so contradicting that you're just
Uh-huh.
like, this is crazy. That's why I tell
Yeah.
people like, do research for yourself, look at it for yourself, make the decision for yourself.
The funny
Um,
part about research is this is the research. We are currently the research.
yeah,
Sorry.
no, I
There is
mean
no
it's
data. Like they're collecting data as we go.
right, and that's true. But and I want when I say like research, it is research what a vaccine is and what that actually
Mm-hmm.
means because
Mm-hmm.
I think people don't know, and
Right.
so they're making decisions out of ignorance. And so you have to, you know, yeah, you got to educate yourself, man. And that's part of the problem. We listen to
Yeah.
the government and the government tells you to do something, or you have a whole lot of people over here saying this is where you need to go, this is what you need to do. So now everyone feels like they have to do it, and if they don't do it, then you out.
Thanks, Daniel. Anyway, go ahead.
Get in trouble. So um yeah, I
If people actually
vaccine.
turn their TV off for just 5 minutes,
They don't know how to do that. What are you talking about?
like
You're
it's
asking
just
for too
like
much.
y'all literally just let people feed y'all information. Just let they just let them feed it to them, and they just take it. Like I don't understand. Like, and what's crazy is now that they federally mandated that all federal workers have to get it, except Congress.
Mm.
Congress is the only branch of government who does not have to get the vaccine. It's not mandatory. I wonder why. Hmm, hmm,
Cause them old farts gonna have a heart attack.
hmm. Yeah, so I mean, I kind of feel about vaccines like I feel about abortion. If you don't believe in it, don't get it.
Hmm.
I mean, as simple as that. And if people do get it, leave them alone.
Hmm.
Because it's real funny how like all these different testing sites and vaccine sites are giving out like free chicken, free donuts, all this free fattening shit if you get the vaccine. How about some free fresh fruits and vegetables? Some water. What about that?
No.
Some
No.
vitamins.
That's not helping. We are built on our medical system at this
Oh
point.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? people getting healthy kills a lot of money. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of big. Hold on, let me change that. A lot of big money
Uh-huh.
if we started getting healthy. Because you think about it, even from if you go back from the '60s to now. Because I try to figure out what happened to the change from Kennedy. So when Kennedy was in office, he was the one that made it mandatory for you to have PE, physical education, those types of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we were healthy considering, you know what I'm saying? Considering the percentages, like I mean, I think kids being fat at that point in the US was like 10% or less, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
now, I think it's like 35%. I have to
It's
relook at
because
the
it's
number,
what
but
they're
it's a
putting in
lot,
the food.
right? And so it's just like I don't understand. I don't get it. But it's easy for you to take a shot,
Mm.
or it's easy for them to mandate you to take a shot and not tell you how a healthy lifestyle can benefit your life and have you living a long prosperous life at that too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because
So
now we're delving into who should get an ICU bed and who shouldn't, vaccinated or unvaccinated. And I'm like, well, how do we do that when you got people coming in with lung cancer who've been smoking their whole life? They could have prevented that too. Like,
hey man,
I don't even understand.
I'm
Like,
just saying.
it's insanity. Hey, DJ Phenom, it's insanity. Like, they're using every excuse in the book to try to scare people into getting this vaccine, and it's absolutely insane. It's really insane. It's sickening, actually, to be honest with you. It's pretty sickening. And for people who think it's okay for the government to dictate what you put in your body, you have to be a lunatic to think that that's as far as it's gonna go.
No, they're doing what's best for you. This is what's keeping us safe.
And if you have ever read, if you believe in anything, if you ever read the Book of Revelations,
The government can never do any wrong. What are you talking about? The government always has our best interests.
listen, this is the first time in my life that I have ever been so happy to live in a conservative state. Because these not non-black people ain't playing. They like, we ain't get no damn vaccine. You're not about to force us to. I'm like, thank you, white people. Appreciate y'all today. Hmm. Sure appreciate y'all today.
You funny. That's funny. Yeah, that whole Southern band, I like to call the Southern band,
They ain't playing.
from, yeah, especially like South Carolina all the way over, you know what I'm saying, to Texas. They
Mm-hmm.
don't they don't play no games. You ain't finna make
Yeah.
them do nothing. Like they gonna fight. Like
Oh yeah.
they gonna fight. So
Somebody said that Joe Biden is the tyrant that we thought Trump was.
mm, I, I, don't- I mean, you okay? You voted for him, so I'm just saying.
Whatever.
You voted for him, so are you okay?
Listen, I'm in a conservative state. Thank God for Jesus.
I'm checking on everybody that's a Democrat that voted for Sleepy
No,
Joe. Are you okay?
I
Everybody
just want
okay
him to
out
stay
there?
asleep.
Battle
Stay
buddies,
asleep.
y'all okay? All y'all that
This,
voted
let me
for.
tell you something. This here pandering. Speaking of this, what is this? It's the name of it. Color dying. Hmm. Listen, I got two things. So one of my homeboys that's currently active duty Air Force today, he had to go get the COVID shot and the flu shot at the same time. I don't think that's a good idea, but he wasn't. He was forced.
Hmm.
I tell you, the military will kill you. I'm telling you, they don't care. Um, and also, I don't know if you saw the whole back and forth thing with Joy Reid Nicki Minaj and Yvette Nicole, whatever her name is. Nicki
Yeah.
Minaj didn't even say anything wrong, and they just like went on attack. She just said she didn't know she was gonna get the vaccine. She was researching if she was gonna do it. It wasn't gonna be for the Met Gala because you had to get it for the Met Gala, and she just wasn't doing all that. And they like went crazy. Well, Joy Reid went crazy. So Nicki came back and called her a coon.
Yeah, Nikki didn't even say nothing. She was just sound like somebody that was careful. That's all she was really
Right.
saying, was somebody that was careful of
Cause
the
she had
vaccine
because
and
she
just
just
really
got
wanted
over
to know what
COVID.
she was doing. Right. Just trying to understand what it was that, yeah,
Wow.
the vaccine was, what it was going to do, possibilities of what it could do to your body. Like she just wanted to be informed. And that's all she was saying. She didn't tell nobody not to get it. She didn't, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Hey, do, and she told people to do what's best for you. So I
She
don't know why
literally said
she,
all that.
right. And so that's why I don't know why she came for her like that.
Yeah.
Like
It
somebody
was
need to come for her. But I guess it was, a moment for her to get some shine so that
oh
way she
yeah.
can go viral. So that's what she used
Right.
it for. So, because Nikki didn't say nothing wrong.
No.
Go
I
sit
was
down.
like,
Take several
and
seats.
then Yvette Nicole, whatever hell her last name is, like you come in trying to save the day and clear up some shit. They ain't had nothing to do with you.
All right.
Sit this one out, sis. Sit this one out. Like,
That's your
don't get her
people's.
concerned. And then the Barbs went on attack.
I bet. Because they ain't playing.
They don't play at all. They almost as bad as the Beehive. So.
Yeah, she definitely can.
Yeah, it was too much.
She
and then she had the two white men sitting next to her. Just they just like, yeah, here they go. This is what they do best: tear each other
she,
down.
she tried it, right?
She did. She did. That what that what. Okay. Well, let's get into something lighter. Well, I don't know how light, but the ladies might not like these topics today.
Hey, man. I just want to say before we get into it, you know, Didi coming for y'all, not me.
I,
So,
I'm not.
just
I am not.
send your hate
No,
mail to Didi. You know what
no.
I'm saying? Because I ride for y'all.
We just talking. We just talking. So
All
the
right, let's
first
get it.
topic. Oh, here we go, y'all. Women say they know what they want, but what they emotionally respond to is totally different. Do you think that's true?
I don't think women know what they want.
Well, since you said I'm gonna combine these two topics
Okay,
then,
let me.
since
All
you
right,
said
well, let
that.
me say this. Let me say it. Let me say this. Right.
Okay.
I think there's a couple things we know that a woman is looking for protection and security. Right. We know that,
Mhm.
but when it comes to the characteristics that they're probably looking for within a man outside of those two, outside of looks, maybe, but like the overarching, what are you trying to get out of a relationship? I don't think women really understand that. And I think that's that's where the man comes in. He sets the tone for that. So
Mm.
um with this generation and how men are now, they're so all over the place that I think that it makes it hard because personally, I don't even think that part is kind of on women. I really feel like it's on men because they set the tone. And I think that as a man sets the tone, a woman will understand what it is that she's looking for outside of
Mm.
that, protection and, you know, that comfort, protection, those basic necessity things that a woman is looking for. That's what I think, you know. But I'd love to hear your take on it, especially since you a woman.
I agree. I don't think women know what they want. I think they have a fantasy of what they think they should have. Um, they have this idea. So a lot of times women fall in love with the idea of something that could possibly happen. I don't think they understand what it would take to actually be in the realization of what a relationship really is. Because I mean, of course, everything's not this. rainbows and skittles and just running through the fields and just la la happy. So that's why a lot of times women run. Um, when something happens, when there's some type of issue, when things aren't easy. And I'm guilty, 100% guilty of it, like, right? Because we've been, like I always say, we've been lied to our whole life. Like, we're supposed to have this fantasy. Like, the man's supposed to come sweep us off our feet. They're supposed to roll out the red carpet. They're supposed to treat us like queens. They're supposed to treat us like that. We're the prize. Like, all of this stuff has been preached to us over and over and over again. And when it doesn't show up like that, we're devastated. We're trying to figure out
Or
what's wrong.
or
What's going
or
on?
it does. Sometimes it does show up in a way that is digestible in that realm, but maybe it's not the guy that you wanted, or maybe you're not quite ready, because first off,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times women try to change men. And
Mm-hmm.
so we've talked about this multiple times, right? Here it is. There's this guy that you really feel and that you really like, but he's not emotionally available to the extent that you want him to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're waiting, right? You're hoping he get it together. You're
Mm-hmm.
waiting for him to get it together. And then years go by and he don't get it together. Now you've had guys that had it together knocking at your door, trying to come in, but you ain't letting them come in. And then years
I
go
feel
by
attacked right now.
and you're like, dang, that was hey, you like that was a
Feel
good
attacked.
like, you know what I'm saying? But no, real talk, like you like that was a real good dude. Like he was a
Mm-hmm.
good, solid dude. He was handsome, but I just wasn't emotionally
Yeah.
ready for that guy. And so
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I feel like, especially in relationships like this, women had to really look and say, hey, does his actions and his words simply line up? Like, if they don't, sis, leave. Like, don't waste your
Mm.
time. If he gets it together, he circles back. But until his actions and his words are aligned, they gotta
Mm.
align. I don't care if he's spitting game at you, but his actions are different. Or hey, if his actions are great, but his words are saying something different, they gotta align. If they don't align, he not ready. And he don't want it. It's that simple.
Mm-hmm. Debbie, I'll agree. I'm gonna read your comment because I really want to touch on this. She said it's not the narrative you grow up with if you are in a single family home with mother and you are taught that you have to be a strong, independent woman. That doesn't have to rely on any man. I will agree that it may not come from the home itself, but the storylines that have always been projected through the television, through fantasies, when it comes to fairy tales, princesses, every TV show you see is like this fairy tale for the girl. The man is
Mhm.
coming to save me. I'm the princess. I'm the prize. He's going to come and sweep me off my feet. He's going to treat me like this. So even if you had to live in a fantasy world in your head through that, and your mom wasn't telling you this, there's certain things that as a little girl, you kind of just grow up thinking that this is how it's supposed to be, and I'm going to have this fantasy one day. Even if you still, because we still end up with the, I got to be a strong, independent woman. I don't need no man, blah, blah, blah. But eventually we revert to the I still want this fantasy, even if I
So
keep telling myself that I don't need a man.
so watch this though. Like, I don't think the story totally gets it wrong. But what they fail to leave out is the piece that what a woman needs to do as
Mm.
far as to be swept off her feet, or as far as for a man to be there for them. You see what I'm saying? Because like you just said, in these fantasy stories, it's just basically a man chasing you, basically chasing you, chasing you. I mean, we saw this in our TV shows growing up, with Family
Mm-hmm.
Matters, like the whole time.
Steve
Like
Urkel.
all of these,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, we can go on and on about some of these shows, right? Where a man was basically chasing a girl. She pretty much, I mean, Laura did just about everything, spit in his face, except for, right? And he still loved her, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
unconditionally. And those are the things that we grow up watching in these fake stories, but we've never seen in these stories what a woman needed to do
Right.
to get that man. And so a
Facts.
lot of times women look at it from the standpoint of, yeah, this is what I deserve, right? So it's like I got my stuff together. You know what I mean? This is what I bring to the table. I'm not taking nothing less, but a man coming to try to sweep me off my feet. Well,
Right.
sis, you gonna be by yourself because you treat men like trash.
Mm,
It's simple.
yeah. Because a lot of
Get out of that.
times women do have their stuff together. Well, let me just say, like, a lot of time, I'm not gonna say majority of the time, a lot of times women do have their stuff together and they take on projects.
Hmm.
And they're because women are just nurturers and we're fixers and we just want to see the good in everybody. And that will lead to a woman sometimes being demeaning and degrading to a man if she feels like he's not meeting up or measuring up to what she thinks he should be because of the money disparity, lifestyle. It could be whatever. He don't have a car, he ain't got a house, he don't got whatever that she got. She puts value in that instead of like trying to build him up, if that's even possible. So then that's where that whole dynamic comes into play where she don't even respect him. And then you get the women who say men ain't shit, this, and that, but they don't take accountability for their ability to pick a good man.
Right. Right.
So we keep running in this circle of women pick horrible dudes, dudes are being horrible dudes, or dudes are picking horrible women. It's like this ongoing cycle in this dating pool with the P in it, and we can't seem to get it together. And it's like we're always against each other.
So whether you're a man or a woman, right? If you sit here and say there ain't no good men or women out here, you're lying to yourself. And
Oh yeah.
clearly, you know what I'm saying? Clearly, it's just your judgment of character. That's kind of how I
Mhm.
look at it. If you have never dated someone of substance, someone that got a nickel to their name, something like it's either two things.
Mm,
One, you a bad judge of character, or you ain't shit. That's simple. If you've
that's very
never come
simple.
across, if you've never come, you know what I'm saying? Because we know people that's like, yo, ain't no man, ain't no, ain't like all they dating experiences have been horrible. Every man, yo, you
Hmm.
35 and you telling me you ain't came across no good dude? You either
Yeah,
got a
it's you.
bad, yeah, it's you. You either don't know how to judge character, or you ain't shit.
Yeah, you
They
attract
can't
who
be
you are.
shit, no shit all the time.
No, you gonna run to some. Some just ain't gonna be shit.
Right,
But for the
and
most
that's on
part,
both sides, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I done had some great guys. Great. I just wasn't ready. You
Just
right,
wasn't
Juan.
ready.
Just wasn't ready. You have
But
to
when you was
become.
ready, you was ready for the wrong one, huh?
Listen here.
Mm, mm, mm.
I really can't stand you. We're gonna move on to the next topic because this isn't about me. This one might sting a little bit, y'all. So, do women really want to be a wife, or do they like being side chicks? Um,
Hmm. I'm not a woman, so
I
you're
don't
gonna have to
even
answer that one.
really, on a large scale,
Hmm.
I don't believe that. I'm gonna say women like from maybe 30 and under, like that age group, and I might go up to 35 and under. I don't really believe they know how to be a wife. I don't know. I think they want to be married. I think they want to have a wedding, but I don't think they understand what it means to be a wife. Because a lot of them are so intrigued by having a hot girl summer and twerking and turning up and going to school, working, making my money. I don't think they really understand the concept of being a wife.
Nah, I don't think so either. Um, yeah, I don't think so. I definitely don't think so. I think you know what I'm saying. I think a lot of people want to get married because you know what I'm saying. Like once again, that's the fairy tale. That's what you've been taught. That's the goal in life is to get
Hmm.
married, have a family. So of course, that's what you're looking to do, right? So I think that a lot of people that is their destination, but the work that you have to put in to get to that destination, I feel like a lot of women don't really want to do that, and men just want to have sex without working for it. So it's y'all
And they're giving
screwed,
it and they're doing it. They're
and
getting
so
it.
y'all totally screwed out here. I'm sorry to tell y'all
Yeah.
because yeah, I had homeboys like, and I ain't even talking about, and that's why I say homeboys because they're older, over 35. That's
Hmm.
even in that mindset of I'm about to go kick it, like kick it. You
Right.
25? Like what are you talking about going to kick it? Like, and that's what they be on, like
Hmm.
kicking it and be
And they
some
still trying to get badges of honor, like notches in their belt. Like, we still doing that?
yeah yeah.
Yeah. It's
I
like,
know some people like that in their 40s
who we
still
still
like,
bragging
yo,
to?
I got this bad shit. I don't know. I don't want to hear it, but um,
Just like,
like, bro, I got a whole
oh,
family out here. Them days is over. Like, I don't care.
yeah.
You know, like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. But also, what I tend to find in those type of situations as well is like, some guys, some guys hit they stride late. So it goes back to, your boy, what he says, as men get older, they value go up where, whatever women's tend to go down is what he says, right? So
Hmm.
you will find some guys that, didn't get no play, in
Mm.
high school, didn't really get much play in college or throughout their 20s. And then midway through their 30s, it turns up for them, because why?
Hmm.
They got a career, they doing pretty
Yep.
well for themselves, so the tables are turned. So now they can call the shots, where in the past they
Hmm.
couldn't. And so they still out there trying to do what they do. And you sitting here like, bro, that's
You
you
you corny as shit.
a ball full of corn. Sit down, like go get married and have a family. Like nobody wants to talk about your
Right.
escapades. Like,
Like,
and you should hold up, and you should feel ashamed for talking about a woman like that. Like, for real. Like, you a whole 45, 46-year-old man
Juan.
talking about,
Juan.
hey, I don't know one. So, I mean, if you know him,
First of all, Juan, you need to cut it out.
oh, one
Cut
of
it
them
out.
cats I'm talking about, he one of them cats, not in this particular
No,
situation, but the one that
no,
don't want to settle down.
no. He definitely wants to settle down. He is definitely a
Okay.
husband.
But,
Juan got it all the way together. I mean, all the way together.
oh, so he,
Period,
he,
point, and the blank.
so he has that trash picking,
He was
bad
always
judge of
that
character,
dude.
bad judge of
Always.
character.
Probably. Probably. That's the problem. Bad judge of character early on in his life. Got some BMs there, huh? He probably would want to trade in. But he need to cut it out.
Mm.
Any single women on the line? Wine, my friend. Listen, that's that dude right there. Telling y'all. Mm, mm, mm.
Hey, Juan, you want us to set you up on a date, buddy?
I tell y'all.
We got you one.
But you got to be a particular type of chick for wine. He ain't to be played with.
Oh, he extra picky.
Not picky, but that's a man right there.
Hey, Juan, let us know. We can do a speed date
Look,
with you.
look. That's my
Oh yeah.
dog right there.
We all get lumped into the same category nowadays. What you mean, Lavandra? I don't get that. What you
You
mean?
mean like the modern day women? Probably, yeah. I think so.
I mean, you just gotta stand 10 toes on what you want. You know what I'm saying? And understand that it's a sacrifice with it. If you're willing to sacrifice, then you good to go. It's gonna take some time. You know what I'm saying? They just not gonna fall out the sky in your lap.
Look, Jay said Juan is definitely. Listen, he is not to be played with. Okay, that's that dude right there.
Speed date with one. Okay, we got you, Dwan. We finna have a speed date session with one.
But yeah, I think women. I will tell you from my experience of being a side chick back in the day. I paid my karma, paid my dues. I promise you, I never do it again, cause that karma ain't no joke. You hear me? None. No, thank you. I'm good. I don't want to do ever. Lord, forgive me. Please don't give me no more. I have been whooped enough. Okay. But what my reasoning, which makes no sense, I didn't want to be committed to somebody, so it was easy to just have somebody do whatever I needed them to do and take and then go the hell on.
But
I
they,
don't
but you wanted them to be in a relationship so they can take
no.
their tail on them. Oh, when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
said
So they
being a side,
yes, they go home. I ain't got to deal with them. Erica, don't do that. But like it was easy to just like my situations were probably a little different than other side chick situations because I was never like I was always the main chick because the other one wasn't there. So because I'm military, you know how so a certain time frame they ain't there. So but
okay,
I
gotcha.
knew
I know
yeah,
exactly what you mean. Yep.
yeah. So it wasn't like I knew at this time I'm leaving. And then that's over. Like I didn't have no like commitment, but I still got the benefits of being the main chick, knowing I didn't have to have the commitment of staying. Because at this
Mm.
date, this time, I'm on the plane. I'm out of here. Listen, I do not recommend this. It's the worst karma you could ever get. I'll tell you, it's
Mm.
terrible.
Mm.
But yeah, I could. I mean, it's just it's easier. You don't have to deal with all the shit, all the BS. But look, she says she hasn't. Yeah, Vaughn ain't had to date since her early 20s. It's a whole different ball game out here, Vaughn. This dating pool is horrible. Horrible.
Mm.
It's horrible.
Lavandra, we're
But
gonna find you a date. We're gonna set you up on a date.
Lord. So the next part of this question, this topic is because you said women don't know what they want. I agree. They want what they see other people happy in.
Mm-hmm. Of
You
course.
see it all the time.
That's why social media is so big.
Hmm. Relationship goals. Like you don't know what them people going through. It could be
Right.
holes all in their walls. They done threw that woman through the wall. She done threw him through the wall. Like you don't know what they like.
Yeah, that's why I don't know. I've never, and it's funny. I've never been like relationship goals based off of something that I see on the outside. You know what I'm saying?
Child, I can't put that stuff in no book. Lord Jesus. Mm, mm-mm. Yeah, I
So,
don't. I don't see how people like envy other people's relationship.
mm, right. So yeah, because we never know. We never know what they're going
No.
through. I mean, you can look at someone and definitely have respect for it. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
but to be like, yeah, goals. Because like I said, one thing I've learned is there's certain things that my friends may go through, and I'm like, I couldn't deal with that, right? But I'm pretty sure on the flip side of that, there's things that they'll be like, I couldn't deal with that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But it's
Right.
like it's perfect for me. Like I'm cool with that. Like that's cool. If that's the worst I got to deal with, I'm good. You know what I mean? Where some people like, yeah, that's a deal breaker. I don't know. I'm a
Yeah.
chill person, so deal breakers, yeah, to some, I guess. I don't know, but like once again, this is a crazy generation. Like you can breathe wrong, and it's like a problem. You know what I'm saying? I've heard people say that, like I- when he's just sitting there watching TV, the way he breathes, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like,
I've heard that too. Yeah, that was me. That
what?
I was definitely that girl.
I'm like, okay, at this point, you just looking.
Yeah,
You just
you are.
looking for something to say that you don't like
Yep.
about this person. And that's let's just call it what it is. That's just like, okay, this is another one that be killing me when I have friends that be like, it just wasn't a spark.
Mm.
And I'm like, what's a spark? I didn't get that feeling. I'm like,
That lust.
that lustful feeling? You know what I'm saying? Like a spark. I'm like, what's that? Okay. Cause I don't know. I think I kind of went into it, but I didn't. So I'm finna go into it a little bit now. So, when me and Debbie met, right? Our first date, like after our first date, we didn't even know if we was gonna go on another date. It wasn't it wasn't like oh my God, this was a great date. It was like, okay,
Mm.
she was cool. You know what I'm saying? And it was on both ends. But at this
Right.
point, I had a 3-date rule, unless it was just extremely horrible because you don't know. I mean, it could have been just a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it was so much that happened, on our first
Mm-hmm.
date that I just didn't know. And so, but we did communicate before that date. But yeah, after the first date, it was kind of like, am I gonna ask her out again? I don't even know. But I had a 3-date situation that now I started saying I'm going out on 3 dates. You know what I mean?
Mm.
If I'm not feeling it after 3 dates, I'm out. And so the first date was like, okay. But the second date was better, right? And then the third date was better. And so, you know what I'm saying? So it was just kind of like when people say, like, I don't I didn't feel no spark, right? You could have missed out on a blessing just because you didn't feel some quote
Yeah,
unquote spark. You know what I'm saying?
that's that fairy tale again.
Right.
Yeah, that is it. Literally, like you every time you think it's supposed to be that every time, and it's not.
It's
It's
not.
not gonna be that.
No.
No, no. Mm.
So yeah, you miss out on blessings. Cause I could have easily said, nah, I'm good. Or she could have easily turned down the second date, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And yeah.
man. Lord, I know I done missed out on a lot. Oh, my life was in shambles. Oh
Nah,
my
you got
God.
this.
I got it now, but Lord Jesus, it was just something. Anyway.
You had to live and learn. So you kind of so Debbie had mentioned and we kind of got away from it. So I thought you was gonna talk about it,
What?
growing up from the independent, growing up independent mother household and the fairy tale. So you talked about the fairy tale side of it, but you didn't
Hmm.
talk about, growing up in the household with an independent mother and
Well,
how
I think
that
that's the problem with modern day women now, because they grew up
okay.
with the independent moms, the independent aunts, grandmoms, all of them who one were failed. Let's go on this. They were failed by men who they trusted. Left them with kids to raise, so that's why they're by themselves in the house. They got kids, and the man left, whatever the situation may have been. Um, and they decided that they just don't need a man. And they preached and preached and preached and preached to us little girls that you don't need a man. Like,
Mm,
go to school, get a good job, do whatever it is you gotta do to take care of yourself. Don't ever depend on no man, and do what you gotta do. They never. Thank you, Juan. They never really ever gave advice on being a wife or finding a man or doing what it took to get a man. They never ever had those conversations in the house ever. There was never a time in the house where my single mother telling me or showing me what a good man looked like, what to look for, how to present myself to a man, how to be a wife to a man. There was never ever a conversation about that. Every conversation about a man was always about him coming to take something from me or coming to get something from me. He was never coming for anything good. So they sent us out into the world
with that
thinking that
same
all
mentality.
men were crap.
And all they want is something from you.
Yeah, all they wanted was what's between your legs. That was the conversation.
I mean, that's true, but
I mean, yeah, it is. It is, but
but
but there were also women teaching their sons how to treat women. Not a lot.
so and I want us to stay here, because a lot of times, there's that, oh, men are just not learning how to treat women. And so who do you blame in this situation a lot, right? Do you blame the father? Okay, because most of the time it's normally a absent father, right? So you blame the absent father, or do you blame the mom for not teaching a man how he should treat a woman? What say you?
As a mother of a son,
Hmm.
I will blame the mother for not teaching her son how to treat a woman because how could you not? If a man treated you a certain way, how could you not teach your son how to treat a woman? I can't even imagine raising my son any other way than to respect women and to treat them with the utmost respect because of how I was hurt. So there's no way I would send my son out into the world. And I employ, and one thing, regardless of how me and my son's dad didn't work out, we are one team when it comes to him. And he definitely teaches him how to treat women. He shows him how to open the door for me. He shows him how to respect women. He does all of those things. So there's no way that I could even think about saying that it ain't a woman's job to teach her son how she wanted to be treated. And hopefully the dad's there. But if he's not, that's your job 100%. I'm blaming the mother.
Cause see, I feel like we definitely set the example, right? You know what I'm saying? I want my son to be able to see the love that I have for his mom, right? So, and
Mm-hmm.
that's all across the board, right? Whether it's me giving her a kiss, whether it's me slapping her on the ass, whether it's me,
Right.
all of that, right? So, you know what I'm saying? And fun and loving and showing him that a woman deserves to be, loved, right? So, but also I feel like there are conversations that as a man, um, I just don't know. So I feel like you know what I'm saying? Like a mom needs to, a woman definitely needs to step in
Mm-hmm.
and give that understanding piece of why. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Why this is
The,
important.
in the same way a woman calls the king out of her man, that's the same way she calls out of her son. So a woman teaches her son how to be that king. His first example of showing. She shows him how to show up as a man for a woman.
Hmm.
So she has to call that out of her son.
Hmm.
I put that onus on the mom all day when it comes to how to treat a woman.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to get some feedback on that one. We're gonna have to get some people to comment on that
Mm-hmm.
one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Yep, exactly what you just said, Adrian. You show your son how by example, by how you treat his mother.
All right. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And then that way he kind of sees from that perspective. He sees the take charge. He sees, how to be a man, but also be soft for your woman. And that's another thing, man. And maybe we have to talk about this another time. But just like, you know, why won't women let men be, vulnerable to that extent? Meaning like a safe place. I'll be honest with you. Like growing up, I never I never really had conversations with my feelings to women
Mm,
with women. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody I was in a relationship with, like I would never share how I felt, like on a personal level, my intimate feelings, or if I had a bad day, like intimately, like why my day was bad. Why why do men feel so uncomfortable and so unsafe with doing that?
I think that's a two-part answer. I think first and foremost, men tell other men not to be. Your dad tells you most of the time, other men tell you, shut up, you better not cry, don't you show no emotions, be quiet. Your mom tell you, be quiet before I tell you, before I give you something to cry for. They don't allow you to be emotional. Boys don't cry, stop acting like a girl. Those things are always just drilled into boys' heads. It's never okay for a man to be emotional because that equals weakness. That's what they've been told forever. I absolutely hate dating somebody who can't express themselves emotionally other than anger
Hmm.
because that's always the go-to emotion. Like, can you just tell me what it is? Like, just express it in the actual feeling. But it's hard because that's the only thing y'all have ever been able to express is anger because that's strength, that's strong, that's manly.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Because, I mean, sometimes you catch yourself. And I even had a situation today, actually, where I got aggravated, right? And then I had to catch myself and then come back and explain the reason why. This is why I'm aggravated. It's not even you. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is what's going on in my life right now that you are clearly unaware of. And I just
Mm,
want to explain myself to you. It ain't you.
mm.
This happened. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, yes, you find yourself in those situations, and but I mean, and I know, I mean, I'm kind of different. You know, I'm always trying to grow and trying to be better. So
Can you
I'm
teach some
kind of
other? Can you teach these
conscious.
other motherfuckers
You stupid.
how to
I
be?
try to be conscious of, you know what I'm saying, like those type of situations and my emotions and my feelings and kind of what's bothering me, and also now saying, okay, let me explain to you what's bothering me so that way it just don't look like I'm out here being some type of jerk, you know.
Yeah, and that's typically what happens when men are going through something. Instead of them expressing what it is they're actually going through, they project that onto other people, and then they make it about that person. Like that person did something, even though they didn't.
All
So
right.
something small and minor gets blown out of proportion. And instead of them being able to express the actual issue that's going on, it turns into an argument. That don't even have to be if men were shown and taught how to just express what it is that's happening right then.
Right.
But that's so you got to be at a certain maturity level to even think on that level. Like that's so like to me a whole other stratosphere that most men don't even get to.
Yeah, you gotta work on it, and it's an everyday process, and it's also something that you gotta want to. A lot of times, especially us men, like we feel like we don't have to work on certain things because
Mm,
I'm a provider, I make this money, I'm paying these bills, and so we're not emotionally equipped to be there for our women in the ways that they want us to be there for them, and it's because we don't understand our own emotions. So how can we help them when we don't even
mm.
understand our own emotions, right? And so, yeah, man, it's crazy.
Yeah,
We have to do better.
because
Have to do better, be better.
I've encountered situations where a guy could be like going through something, and I could just we could just be having a conversation, and then they lash out, and somehow the conversation turns into a list of things that they hate about me. And I'll be like, what? Like, what is going on? What do you hate me or are you going through something? Because
Right,
I need you to hate me before we get into an argument. I need to know this before. Like,
right.
but they haven't been equipped with they've either gotten used to shutting down and not expressing themselves at all to anybody,
Mm-hmm.
and I maybe I'm pushing to get stuff out of them that they're not used to being pushed to do. So now that I'm being attacked because I'm like the enemy now because I'm making you do something you're not comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, listen, I ain't got time. You need to go talk to a therapist, okay?
Hey man, nothing wrong with going to therapy. Nothing
At
wrong with
all.
like yo.
I got a
Therapy.
master's degree in psychology. Please go talk to not to me. Talk to somebody else.
You stupid. Nah, I mean, I go to therapy. I have a coach.
So
Um,
necessary.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like because a lot of times we don't know stuff is in us until it's kind of last minute or kind of too late, right? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I could remember things coming up out of me that I hadn't even thought about in like 30 years. You know what I'm saying? That trauma that I went through in my childhood, right? And then something triggers you, right? And now you got to relive this trauma and you can't get it out of it and you don't know how. Like, yo, go
Hmm.
see somebody, man. Go talk to somebody.
Yeah.
They'll help you.
And it's a
You know.
lot of stuff like that people just bury and bury and bury, and they don't understand that they're operating in these things that they haven't dealt with just because they don't talk about them. But it's some real deep rooted stuff that people need to really unpack and get rid of it. Yeah, everybody going through stuff. Everybody should go through counseling and really get rid of some of this stuff. You know, me included. I need to go talk because I got some issues, baby, honey, child. Listen, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord, because there's some things that we deal with that we don't understand why we're dealing with them, why we would accept certain things that we know we shouldn't, and we can't really pinpoint. Like people can ask you certain questions. Why, Adrian? You ask me all the time. Why, why?
No, and so the reason why I ask why a lot of times because sometimes like people don't take the chance or the time to just really sit and think. Like, you know what? Let me sit back and think about this like in depth. And so
Hmm.
that's why I ask people why all the time. People like, why you always asking why? That's why. It's because I just want you to think about it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and it's
Just
necessary because most of the time we just literally just moving through life and just doing stuff, just doing it.
mhm.
There's no rhyme or reason whatsoever, and nobody's ever challenged. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's think about this. Why are you doing that? Is it benefiting you? Is it adding value to you? Does it even make sense?
Yeah. 95% of everything that everyone does is because they were taught when they were younger.
Hmm. And
It's
they
it's
never
that simple.
questioned it.
And they never questioned it. And it
Hmm.
became your value system. So you have the value system of someone, and a lot of times those someones you don't even really believe in what they do or how they move, but somehow their value system has become yours. I could just kind of look back at some of the things that I would do on autopilot, is what I like to call it.
Mm,
And it's just like, why are you doing this?
yeah.
It's shackles. It's shackles to this day that I'm still breaking off. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real. That's why I tell people like, yo, you don't think for yourself until you start really doing the work. You know what I'm saying? And really, quote unquote, wake up. I don't like to use the word woke, but
Right.
woke is someone that's aware and willing to do better. Like
Mm.
not just because you're aware and now you want to go and speak quote unquote the gospel to people. No, no,
Whew.
no, no, no. You're aware, and so
Right.
now you move different.
Hmm.
It's a difference. And so, yes, it's man, like look, it's shackles that I'm breaking off of me still to this day about finances, about money,
Yep.
um, because of some of the things that was rooted in my brain, like, oh, the stock market is a scam. It's a gamble, insurance was a scam, it was a gamble.
But
You
you
know what I'm
need to
saying?
pay
Like,
your tithes.
hmm.
You make me sick.
Now, mind you,
It ain't a rich person in the damn church. No, my bad. Go ahead.
see, you
Mm,
said a full there, but
mm,
I'm just saying. So you sitting here like,
mm.
yo, why come I never question this? And then as you get more educated, and you like, yo, but this is how the rich continue to get richer. It's by using these vehicles that I
Mm.
was told was the devil. And so
Ooh,
you
child.
like, oh, this is how we continue to stay down because we've been living a consumer lifestyle.
Hmm.
without building. Okay, yeah, all right,
Mm. Mm.
okay.
Mm. They ain't
We
ready
we
for
look,
that
yeah,
one.
you know what I'm saying. Instant
Hmm.
gratification. That's what we're about. So you know what I'm saying. Yo, I'm gonna get off this because I know this we going off, but I just got to because we here. Like yo, look, man. Whatever vehicle you choose to invest in, you know what I'm saying. 401ks, I don't really believe in it. I got one, but I don't really believe in it because you can't do nothing with it and you can't touch it. All
I
right.
cashed mine out. Go ahead.
But I
Sorry.
just wanted to say that do your research on the 401k. You know, once again, we've all been taught 401ks is the best thing since sliced bread. You know what I'm saying? A woman don't want a man with a good job in a 401k. It's trash, ladies. Y'all need to change that. Anyways, so here we go, right? The simplest, right? The simplest form of investing. So we're not even going to just say the stock market. So we're going to get out of the stock market. But you can go to RIFs, you know what I'm saying? You can go to index funds, ETFs. Like a good ETF fund will probably get you between 8 to 11% return, right? 8 to 11% return. So mine, instead of you putting $300-400, and we just talking on the basic, $300-400 in a savings account, and you putting that same $300-400 in an ETF fund each month, that's getting you 8 to 11%. This is the basics. Like this is something that has been shown over decades and decades and decades. That
Mhm.
has this has been the returns that it brings, right? Now, mind you, we've been told this is the devil's work right here. This is you're gonna lose all your money. On a basic level, you can change your family dynamics by doing that for 15 to 20 years. 15 to 20 years.
How
You can
much
change your life.
how much of return have we gotten on the 10% top? My bad. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead.
We've gotten
Mm.
10, carry the one, two. Mm, shit.
They said if you don't tithe, you ain't gonna get no blessing.
I guess. Well, look. Um,
I'm sitting
I
it all
quit.
time.
You know what? I used to tide.
I did too.
I still tied though.
Now you
I
have no
tied in a
money.
I tied in a different way now.
I tithe my
So,
time and I tithe into the community.
well, first off, tithing isn't about money.
Sure ain't.
It's not about money because what did they know about money back then? So, and dang, I didn't know we was going to church. I would have had my verses together. But the
Come on,
tithes
Pastor.
was the tiding was based off of you know what your because of course it was mostly farmers back then. So
Mm-hmm.
you were bringing in
Livestock.
food, yes,
Mm-hmm.
to the church and helping in that capacity, right? So you was helping feed the clergy, with livestock, like you said, and yeah, but somehow, some way, it turned into money. Now, mind you, I give money, I give goods, I give services for free. I still tithe, but I tithe in a different way. It doesn't say that you need to tithe money. Where did it, excuse me, where they get 10% from?
I don't know. All I can recall is first fruits.
So
I don't know.
where they get
You know,
10%
I was
from?
asleep in church. I don't
Well,
know.
first off, is double taxation. Because church is the one place that doesn't have to pay taxes. Church is billions and billions of dollars that don't have to pay taxes. It's crazy. Like, if I wasn't shit, I would open a church. Like, I would start a church. Like,
That's
I'm
the
gonna be
easiest way
real
to
with you.
get funding, to get grants and for the
Yo,
nonprofit. It is. It's mad easy.
mad. And if I that's why I say if I wasn't shit, I would do it. I would. I would definitely do it. But I love that. What your girl said. We have to definitely
Mm-hmm.
unlearn all of these things that we were taught and just start asking why. And that's what, and bringing it back home, that's what I started doing. I'm like, why do I do this?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I do this? Simple. This is simple, right? We was having this conversation about it. I could have 4 boxes of cereal in the house. And maybe you grew up like this too. Once I opened one box, I couldn't eat another one till that
So
damn
that
one
one's
box was
gone.
done.
Why?
Why? I pay for the damn cereal now. If I want some damn cinnamon toast crunch today instead of some honey nut Cheerios, god damn it, I'm finna eat some cinnamon toast crunch.
Hell,
But
back then you probably was paying for it too with some food stamps because you only getting them for you anyway.
right, exactly. Cause you getting
It's
food,
your
you know
cereal
what I'm saying?
anyway.
Right. But I'm just saying, right? When you think about it, it was like, you better not, whatever it was, right? It could have been soda,
Mm-hmm.
could have been bag of chips, whatever. Like until you finish that one bag of chips, you couldn't touch no other chips.
Slave
You could
mentality.
nothing. Slave mentality, scarcity mentality. What you don't
Mm-hmm.
like? Oh, it's gonna go bad. Like food gonna go bad. You know what I'm saying? Like
We
all
about
of
to
these
eat all
different
of
things.
this.
Right? We like it's not gonna go bad. We finna eat
We
this.
gonna eat it.
But you know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like, yo, cause somebody, you know what I'm saying, you got the cola instead of the I don't even remember what they used to call the fake Sprite. But anyways, somebody
Oh, I
opened the
forgot.
cola, but you like Sprite, you know what I'm saying? And but you gotta drink cola if you want some soda
Mm-hmm.
because somebody opened the cola first. Cause
Yep.
I wish you would open that
You
Sprite
better
up.
not open that Sprite.
I wish you would.
Yeah, your mom had the good stuff up in her room.
Right.
You couldn't go get
Locked up.
that.
Door locked.
Yep.
When she go to work, door locked until she get back home.
Yep.
She
Mm-hmm.
rationing out the portions. You coming in there
Yeah.
like you a slave. Mommy, can I get some of the good cereal?
Yep.
Why?
But I was thinking about this the other day. Like, it's so many things that we like have principles on. Like, we stand on these certain things that we've been raised on with zero results. It's just
None.
because. No
Just
results,
because. No
but just
results.
because.
Just because.
Crazy. Even when
Just
we talking
because.
about dating and relationships and men, how men are with each other, it's certain principles that we stand on, but we aren't getting the results that we want. But we're gonna hold tight to these principles.
Change up. Like, no, it's funny you say that because I'm pretty sure you know plenty of people like they trying to date, they trying to find somebody, but it's like you trying to tell them like, yo, the way you are, if you don't change up, you're gonna be single forever. And it's like they have this hope of ounce, this little like, no, I'm staying 10 toes down in my BS and
Mm-hmm.
somebody gonna find me.
Mm-hmm.
No, boo.
No, they're
No.
not.
They're not.
They're not. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Ugh.
you can only take people but so far. You can only do but so much. And at the end of the day, if, like you said, if the actions aren't being shown, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Get him
It
out of
ain't no,
here.
because there's literally nothing else to really be like. There's no long term, drawn out type of dating situation that's going to reveal some unknown amazingness that you don't know within the first 6 months to a year. Like, what else am I going to find out that's either going to make me stay or leave? We either
Yo,
going to do this or we're not.
I'm even do you one better. If in the first 4 months it don't look like it's going nowhere,
Mm.
are you unsure in the first 4 months? After 4 months of dating someone, and I mean like you're dating 4 months. If you're looking for more, and I'm not saying they gotta, propose, but I'm just
Right,
saying
right.
y'all should be having conversations of what it is that you guys are looking for, and it should
Mm.
align. And if it's not aligned, you should walk away because you're only 4 months in. Like, stop, 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 stop. No, I could do
That's
this.
great
We could do
advice.
that. We could do no, 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 no. After
That's
four
great
months,
advice.
if your conversations aren't aligned, they're
Mm,
never gonna be.
mm,
Cause a man know. Like, look, most of the guys that I know, we had a conversation between 4 to 6 months. They pretty much saying like, "Yo, this is my wife."
mm.
4 to 6 months, they pretty much saying like, "Yo, it's something special about this one. I ain't going nowhere." And if a man ain't at least saying that about you, 4 to 6 months, move on. Move on before
And
you feel like you can't move on.
the caveat to that is, like you said, women don't know what they want, right? So um just even outside of that, be just have a conscious thought of what, just a small inkling of what you might want. Because even if, let's say, the guy does know what he wants, is that what you really want? In reality, is that guy what you really want?
Mhm.
Is what they bring what you really want?
Look, men and women have to do the work. It's that simple. Like,
Yeah,
it's not gonna just happen. And I think that's what people look for. Is like, oh, when it comes, I'll know. Like, no, you should already know what you're looking for, so you're not wasting
yeah,
people's time.
yeah. Because I've definitely been made those mistakes where I went into things with no expectations because of fear. Because I just didn't want. I just had fear of commitment. I didn't want to be vulnerable with anybody. I didn't want to get hurt again. I didn't want. So just going with the flow. No, that shit don't work. You need to know exactly what it is you want and be intentional about what it is that you want. And if it ain't there, don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time because you're gonna be wasting your time. I'm here to tell you. If you're going into a situation and you want to settle down and hopefully get married, if that's what you want, right? If that's what you want, 4 to 6 months, like, you should know if you're on that path. If you don't know that within the 4 to 6 months that you're on that path, move on. I'm trying to tell you, move on. You stupid.
Yes. All right. So, Adrian, what do you have going on for this week? Because it's time for the versus battle. You know they late, so
You
we'll
already
go.
know. So you'll be proud of me. You know what I'm saying? I actually sent the group the book. I actually sent it to them.
What?
So I don't know if I see Erica on here. I don't know if she started reading it yet. I've been getting feedback from others. That's actually started reading it now. So yeah, man. So I finally stopped playing. Finally got it out to him. I told you I was gonna do it. So I
Proud
had
of
to
you.
hold myself to the fire to get it to him. So yeah, I did that. And so yeah, man, just working on that, working on some different trainings, and working on this budgeting 101 stuff, man. And I really want to kind of take that stuff to the next level because a passion of mine is building generational wealth. So
Mhm.
I want to start training people and get them along the path of some of the things that I have done to change the trajectory of my family and my finances. And it's super simple. So yeah, kind of working on some of those things as well too. Of course, videos come, and actually, a video came today, and it was talking about budgeting. And so I think in that video, it talked about having a budget for dating.
Oh, I remember y'all did that on the thing
Or
you
was that last? I
the
can't even remember.
podcast you
Yeah,
did or whatever
yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
I
There you
saw
go.
you. Yes.
So
Yeah.
um, it's very necessary. I know I had to change it, and so yeah, just talking about having those conversations, man, and also building some trainings around those types of things. So yeah, that's
Okay.
what I got going
Okay.
on. Trying to do my part.
I know that's right. What do I have? So, of course, I told you I'm going to Atlanta this weekend for a funeral. And then the following weekend, I'll be back in Atlanta for the Client Attraction University boot camp. Those are my mentors for the Core Queen Fitness uh, program, my company. So we'll be doing that for the weekend in Atlanta. And then the weekend after that, which is October 1st to the 3rd, I will be in Miami celebrating my birthday. I'm doing my annual photo shoot. This year is African theme body paint. So it should be exciting down in Miami. What else do I have? I'm gonna put on another boot camp, but I haven't picked the date yet. So I'll do another virtual boot camp. We had a great time the last one though. We'll do another one of those. And I'm supposed to be collaborating with a fitness instructor here in Rock Hill, South Carolina, to do an in-person boot camp with him. So I should have something on that here soon. And Money Train has his video out, Move. So if you haven't gone and watched it on YouTube, please go and check it out. The new single is called Move. It's like a Caribbean vibe type of song. So yeah, try to help us run those numbers up.
Okay, okay.
About it.
Sound like a win.
All right. We appreciate you, Battle Buddies, for tuning in. Like always, please send in if you see anything on social media that would spark a good conversation, DM it to us, send it to our inbox, or send us topics that you want to talk about. If you want to be a guest co-host, send us an inbox or DM. Let us know if you want to come on and talk about something. Share your opinions, share your experiences with us. And we look forward to talking to you next week. And we'll have Wayne back next week. Wayne, we miss you if you're here and if you're tuning in. Wayne is at work. He's here with us every other Tuesday. He was amazing last week, but he will be here next week. And we look forward to having you guys. We are out.